What's up, guys? It's your Super Players and it's your host Tony G, bringing you a budget Frieze deck profile. All you need are 2 starter decks and you're ready to go. And honestly, this leader has been the most fun I've had in the game, and Bandai, shout out to you guys for doing an amazing job with this starter deck. And let's get to this deck profile. And so it's Frieze, another Frieze leader, but this time it's green, and his permanent is you cannot include any Saiyan cards in your deck. And not only that, his auto is choose one Frieze army card in your battle area and place it in the owner's drop area. And when this card attacks a leader card, your opponent chooses one card in their life or in their hand and discards it, and you add one card from your life to your hand. And so you pretty much self-awaken. And not only that, when you awaken 4 lives or less, you may draw one card and switch one energy to active. And this is when he does real damage, is when he's awakened. He gets to his 100% form and it's last resort Frieze. And when this card attacks, draw one card. Activate main once per turn, choose one Frieze army card in the battle area and place it in the owner's drop area, and then choose one card in your opponent's hand and discard it, and then you choose up to one of your green unison cards and it gains critical for the turn. Great effect, discard, and you pressure your opponent with your unison cards. So it utilizes all the unison cards in this deck, or the mechanic, and it just gives it such an amazing power boost. Honestly, this is one of the best green leaders in the game in my opinion. And let's get to this deck profile, and don't forget to smash that like button, destroy it, and let me know in the comment section if you guys want to see another budget deck profile. This is a deck profile or budget challenge with C-Rod and I creating pretty cool decks. So we're going to start off with obviously the unison card that we run in this deck, and it comes in the starter deck. It's Frieze Xeno Darkness Overflowing. Great ability. If this card loses a marker, his permanent, you place one card in your life to the drop area instead. And then his activate main plus 1 marker, choose one card in your hand and discard it and draw one card. And the synergy with this deck, there's some cards that work very well in the drop area and come back to the field. And so the other marker is -1 marker, is choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost 4 or less and KO it. Or choose one of their unison card and remove a marker from it. So this is one of the few cards that could only remove markers in some battle cards or the unison cards in your opponent that they might have in their battle area. And so this is a must. You need this guy. This guy's phenomenal. Great card. Amazing unison card in this deck. And then we're going to start off. A lot of these cards can be purchased from the starter deck, so you don't need to go out of your way. All you need is 20 bucks and you got this amazing deck profile. And we run Yamcha the Cunning because if you go up against a blue deck, you definitely want to play this card and stop them from using Senzu Bean. So it's amazing. And it's a 1-drop. You can't run any Saiyans in this deck, so we gotta substitute some cards. So obviously you gotta see them. And then we have Dodoria. This guy is the playmaker in this deck with the unison. It's a crazy combo you do with it, and you have him. You have to always open up with your unison, so play him. And what's great about this guy is if your leader card is green Frieze card and you have a green unison in play, if this card is placed in the drop area, play it by your hand. Play it from your hand to your skill. In the drop area from your hand by a skill, you may play this card from your drop area. Great card. And then not only that, you pay 1 green energy and you get to add it back to your hand if you have a green unison in play. So great card, great effect. Works very well with the unison. And yeah, so we're gonna move on to the next card. Since we don't have that many self-awakening cards, obviously all the great self-awakening are Frieze cards. You gotta play Dodoria. Obviously Frieze army, play this guy, take 1 life and it gets double strike. So that's why they have it, because all the other ones are Saiyan and you can't run any Saiyan cards. So you gotta run Dodoria, the cold-blooded. Very great card. And we move on to the next one. The next one is Zarbon, Frieze's right-hand man, the most beautiful man in the universe apparently. And when you play this card, look at the top 5 cards of your deck and add 1 green unison with a specific cost 2 or 1, or a 1 green Frieze army card with an energy cost 4 or less and add it to your hand. And then you shuffle your deck and then battle, activate main. If your leader card is a green Frieze and you have a green unison card in play, and you send this card from the drop area to your warp, choose one of your leader cards or unison card, it gets 10,000 power for the battle. So that's amazing. If you guys didn't know, that's a crucial effect in the drop area. Don't forget, it's pretty much a pseudo combo for 1 if you're really digging for combo power. So there you go. And then we have Zarbon, the super combo, because like I said, you can't run any Saiyan cards, and super combos are mostly Saiyan for green. And so if your leader card is green and you're 4 lives or less, you combo with it and you draw 1 card if you're at 4 lives or less. So you got to run that guy. And we got Birder, the fastest in the universe. Great card. I like this card because it also helps you. It's a blocker, unique. At the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode and look at the top 3 cards and place them in any order at the bottom or in the top. So great card. It's a great blocker, and it's a 15k pressure against your opponent. And then we have the next card is Ginyu. Ginyu, obviously Frieza's greatest soldier. Great card. Also, you choose 1 card from when you play this card, choose 1 of your leader cards or green unison, and it gets 10,000 power. And if your leader card is green Frieze, when this card is placed in the drop area from battle area by a skill, you may return this card to your hand. So you always add that extra pressure with your unison. You use Frieze as an ability, he gets crit, and then you get this guy back to your hand. So another 5k combo, which is great. And he adds extra pressure to your opponent. And this was my favorite combo. Like I said, stay tuned for that super battle between C-Rod and myself. But this card, man, this was my playmaker in the video. When you play this card, or when this card is removed from the battle area, it draws 2 cards. That makes you keep this guy on the field, so your opponent doesn't want to get rid of him because you're gonna have to draw 2 cards, and you don't want to give your opponent hand advantage, or your opponent doesn't want to give you hand advantage. And then this is the playmaker right here, the 1 green energy. Choose 1 green Frieze card with an energy cost 4 in your hand or drop area and play it on top of this guy inactive. So pretty much you attack, place the 4 drop on top, and he goes back to active mode. And not only that, you got to run this amazing guy. So pretty much you attack with the 2 drop and you bring out this 4 drop. And when you bring out this 4 drop, he's dual attack. And not only that, you can either choose to choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards and KO it, or you could choose 1 of your opponent's unison card and remove a marker. And when you do that, you remove a marker, and sometimes your opponent's at 3 markers with their unison. This guy just add that pressure, attack, get rid of the marker, attack twice. And they're, boom, they're done. So anything that's 3 or less marker on your opponent's unison just gives it a lot of pressure and gets rid of it really fast. And so then we have 3 Frieze, the Power Monger. This guy's amazing. It's deflect, it's unique. You can only run 1 in the field, and if your opponent has 3 or more energy, when this card is removed from the battle area by a skill, add up to 1 green extra card with an energy cost 1 or less from your drop area to your hand. Not only that, activate main, 1 green and 2 regular energy. This card gets 15k power and double strike. So you have this. I'm telling you, this deck is so amazing just right out of the box. Like I said, Bandai did an amazing job, and it's so fun, guys. I highly recommend it. And then we have 1-star Parasitic Darkness. This card gains Dark Dragon Ball in all areas, and then activate battle. Choose one of your cards, and it gets 5,000 power for the battle. And then not only that, you want to use it for this activate main. Is choose 1 Frieze with an energy cost 4 in your battle area and place it under this guy, and play 1 green Xeno on top of it in active mode. So you potentially could attack maybe like 4 to 5 times. You got the 15k, then you go into the 20k, and then you have another additional attack. So you attack 4 to 5 times. So it's so good. One of my favorite cards and favorite combo in this deck. And then we got, last but not least, the deck counter or the negate that comes in it is the Shocking Death Ball. Great counter, KO anything that's 2 or less, and yeah, you can use it with Sparking. So there you guys have it. This is the Frieze starter deck budget version with optimizing the Unison card in that deck profile. Like I say, highly recommend it. Pick it up at your local Target or your local game store, and smash that like button and let me know what you guys would change in this deck or what you would add. So definitely thank you. Be subscribed, and like we always say, y'all stay super.
Awaken now, beast mode, victory strike that mic. J's on my feet while I triple strike. Going up the game, you wish you did the same. Here comes the fool, I pity the fool. Double strike, draw 2, who would've knew? I bad ring laser.